Do you think people find a nobility in being poor? And they view that, oh, having money is part of the evil corporate giant that is holding so many people down?
Oh, man, I'm so glad you asked that question. It reminds me of one of the Aesop's fables. It's about the fox and the grapes. And the fox is walking along the path and he sees the grapes. He looks up. I'm paraphrasing, obviously. And he keeps trying to get the grapes. He can't get the grapes. And when he finally gives up, he says, those grapes were bad anyway. These people are the fox. They say corporate America is not holding you down. Your life doesn't suck because of Wall Street. That's bullshit. Your life sucks probably because you've made the wrong choices, you have not adapted, or you haven't figured it out yet. It's not necessarily a bad thing. But don't be mad at some stranger and just write off an entire cross-section of people. You're doing the very same thing that you think is wrong. You're stereotyping. Most guys who work on Wall Street are just trying to make money. They're just normal guys. They got wives, they got kids. There's some bad apples. There's also bad doctors. There's a lot of bad actors that use drugs and waste the beautiful opportunity that they've had to live fantastic lives. And look about these Hollywood people. How many of them open their house to, I don't know, say people from Compton? Some of them, they throw money at a problem and they think that makes them a good person. There are some people, I mean, look, I couldn't disagree with Sean Penn more about a lot of things. But I will say this about Sean Penn. That guy went to Haiti and he hangs out there and he puts his money where his mouth is. He actually does the work. And I can't stand his political view, and I think his personality is, he's a cantankerous and temperamental dude. I don't like the guy. But I will say this, he walks the walk. So, you know, these people that sit around thinking that they're not accomplishing their dream because of this evil corporate cabal, why don't you bring those guys an idea that makes money? You'll get their attention. You bring them an audience of 10 million, they'll pay attention to you. Bring them an audience of 1 million, they'll pay attention to you. Because it's business. It's not about black, it's not about white, it's about green. And that's just reality. And that will never change. And no matter how, what are you going to do? Like, let's apply this quote-unquote Occupy 99% mentality to Hollywood. So let's say, for example, we're going to say now that it's not fair that Michael Moore has done X amount of good documentaries. So no matter how good his next documentary is, and I can't stand his documentaries, but we're just going to not release this film because it's not fair. We're going to take some unknown guy with a lousy documentary that nobody really wants to see, and we're going to give him the same amount of press, and we're going to just put it out there. We'll spend millions of dollars promoting that which we know is not in demand and will likely fail, because that's the fair thing to do. That would be absurd. But for some reason, we've developed this mentality where we now disdain success. We disdain companies. Companies didn't start out as multi-million-dollar conglomerates. They didn't wake up one day and have $100 billion. They started off with a person or a group of people that had an idea, the motivation and the drive to succeed. Now, does that mean that corporate America does the right things all the time? No. They do what's in their own best interest, just like actors do. Just like actors who, you know, I don't know, if you're going out on an audition and you've got friends that might be going for the same role, and you found out about that audition, do you run and tell all your friends? Some don't. Is that fair? You know, does that make you a bad person? No, you're doing what's in your own best interest. You make decisions that benefit you. And it's just interesting to me that the people that are the fox looking up at the grapes have all these judgments about the grapes. Instead of saying, how can I get up there? How can I figure out a way to get up there? Instead of trashing those who have discovered what they haven't figured out yet. Look, I spent years making lousy pay, working graveyard shift. I mean, while everyone else was partying or on a Sunday night, drinking beers, barbecues, I was working these. You remember, I mean, back then, I would work Monday through Friday graveyard shift. And then on Saturday, I'd work 9 to 5 Saturday, 9 to 5 Sunday, go home, take a quick nap, shower, go to a barbecue, eat a couple burgers, and then take off and then work graveyard shift in a Monday. And that was my life. And I did that. Did it with no medical benefits. I found a way. I just kept trying to get close to the target. And now here we are all these years later, and now I'm married, I have a nice car, I just bought a place, I can afford nice things. Now I gotta see Obama get up there and talk about how I'm fortunate, how I'm privileged, and how somehow I need to pay more. I see every month 1/2 of my income get withheld. Half! Now, am I ungrateful? No, I feel blessed. But if you're already holding back half, how can you make that case with a straight face? Somehow I'm not paying my fair share. I work my ass off. And anyone who knows me knows the amount of hours I work. Because instead of going to Vegas and playing around a couple times a year like everyone else was, I was working. I did the work. And then magically, after a decade, you know, of working in radio, I get an opportunity to have my own radio show. And people are like, wow, how did you get that? I put in about 10 years. And then, you know, as we sit here in my office, wow, it's amazing. How did you get that? Put in about 10 years. You know, so I think that we need to change the mentality in this country and stop hating those who've accomplished it. And it's become the trend. And it's dangerous. And it's not only that, it's counterproductive. Oh, we can all be equally miserable. No, that's not what America is. It's about going out there and you have the unlimited potential. And you have the pursuit of happiness. It starts about that. You know, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness, not the guarantee of success.